The following video is going to prove to you what is called white entitlement. Brothers and sisters, let's watch the video. I'll be back.
So they've called two police officers in here to cause me to move from this chair. See? We're dealing with a Karen, and they feel like that I'm just supposed to move. They don't have reserved spots. So they has called the police in here to make me move. So they're bringing the police in to make me move. That's Officer, what's your name? Blanks. That's Officer Blanks and Officer Whitmore. So they have brought the policeman in here to cause me to move for this Caucasian lady. They want me to move over. They told
Ma'am,
Jordan.
they want you to leave the Y altogether.
I was just trying to tell you, Miss Mariah.
Jordan told me that there are no reserved spaces in here. So why would they want me to leave the YMCA?
Because we
And I respectively told them to tell this Caucasian lady to move over, but they will not cause the Caucasian lady to move over. So now I'm the one disrupting the class. Facebook family and friends.
Ma'am, if you don't leave, you're going to go to jail for trespassing. Okay, so you need to leave.
So now they're causing me that I'm going to go to jail because of trespassing, because I'm sitting here in this spot, but this Caucasian lady will not move.
Ma'am, all you have to do is just listen to us.
So now they're just telling me to move, but they won't tell this white lady over here.
Get your things and let's
They won't tell. So I'm going to leave. I'm going to leave because the police officer asked me to leave. But mind you, this will not be the end of it, because I will be back here tomorrow, a Wednesday, and I will be sitting here tomorrow. So until they can get it straight, then I guess.
Let's get your things.
Okay, let my husband get my things. Honey, get my thing. Look at this. Now they got 3 police officers in here. Connor, Whitmore, Blanks. Honey, get my things, please. So they are forcing me out. Facebook family and friends, I want you to see that they are forcing me out, but they're not forcing that. See the Caucasian lady right there? The Karen? And they asked me to move, but they wouldn't ask the white woman to move. They asked me to move, but they wouldn't ask the white lady to move.
Ma'am, you addressed this situation to a further situation to it hadn't had to be. So this is all you're doing.
Honey, get that for me.
Mariah, I do apologize.
That's okay. Don't apologize to me.
No, because I do understand.
Do not apologize.
You also have to understand there's reasons as to why
I am not frustrated. They tried to put words in my mouth. I'm not frustrated. I'm leaving the premises. My husband is getting my belongings, and we are going to leave, but this will not be the end of this. I will pursue this further. Facebook family, I want you to see Officer Blanks, Officer Whitmore, and Officer Connor. So they are forcing me to leave the class for this Caucasian lady.
All right, we're sitting up nice and straight, nice and tall. Shoulders are rounded and down, back is straight, chest is out, core is
So
up.
we're leaving.
Our hands on our thighs. We're gonna look up at that.
So we're leaving because they are threatening to arrest me. Look at that. They're threatening to arrest me because I will not move out of the spot because I got there first. So the white lady comes in and they wants me to move over for this white lady. See? See where we are? See South Boston? This is South Boston for you. And this is not just South Boston. This is the racist people that we have to deal with wherever we are. You got the racists. We have the racist ones. We have the bigots. We have racists. We have bigots. So here we are. We're here to leaving from the YMCA, but I will be back here Wednesday, and we will do whatever we need to do. They're escorting me out because they want me to move out of my spot. But this is not the end of it. Okay.
I just deleted my YMCA membership. And please excuse me moving forward. There might be some slurred speech. There might be a little bit of anger. I'm absolutely livid. I'm furious. Yesterday, I watched a video of a black woman who was asked to give up her seat at a class by a white woman who had the history of sitting in that same seat for a prolonged period of time and believed that she was so entitled to that seat that she asked this woman to move. After the altercation further presumed, it came to the conclusion that this white woman believed that if this seat was not given up by this black woman who was sitting down in that chair, that the police needed to be called, and they were. I believe the number of police who escorted this African-American/black woman out of the building was a total of 5. 5 police officers escorted this woman out of the building. The Pilates instructor, I believe it was Pilates or whatever the class that they were taking, began to say that they would not move forward with conducting the class until this black woman got out of that seat. I don't care that YMCA hasn't released an apology. I don't care that YMCA hasn't released a statement and said that they stand with African Americans. Fuck your I stand with you bullshit. White companies and white individuals who support these corporate companies committing these absolutely disgusting racist atrocities onto black and POC individuals in the United States of America cannot be something that we as black people continue to support over and over again in this economy, which is why my membership was deleted and which is why I can no longer step foot in another YMCA again. And this is one company that pushes for division, that pushes for equality. That was the first company where I could go that I could see a black, Asian, Indian, Latino, and white person all in the same space and be treated equally and fairly. And this does not go to say that the individuals that are working inside of that establishment do not push YMCA's overall mission statement. But for YMCA and the individuals to work there to not report these atrocities, which I do not know have been reported as of right now, I'm solely speaking from the perspective of education that I've been given on the matter at hand. But in this current moment, since YMCA has not released a statement and the individuals who are working in these establishments have not come out of their mouths to say that they do not support this kind of behavior, that lets me know that YMCA openly supports and stands for modern day racism in 2025. You should be this enraged, and your dollars, your black dollars, should not be going to these absolutely racist companies. Simple as that. That's exactly how you should feel, because that's how they feel about you. We have to see white communities lose real funding. You need to see people poor, at a loss, for them to recognize that something like this can affect them to a detrimental extent. Absolutely disgusting. If you protect black women, if you care about black women, if you care about black young ladies who are going to grow up in a system where they are already marginalized against from the day that they come out of that beautiful black woman, not only do you go and cancel your YMCA membership, but you continue to combat against racist companies who do not uphold the standards of their mission statements to combat against racism in the United States of America in the year of 2025. We folks have just been given a new Rosa Parks story. One take.
Hello brothers and sisters, welcome back to the channel. I'm hoping that you're doing great from whatever you're watching me from. I'm your host and presenter H Stories. You see, what has just happened is white entitlement. The fact that you want to be the bigger person in every space that you've gone, and that everybody else that doesn't look like you comes at the end of you. That's the narrative that's there. Because you get to realize, like, it just makes sense. A person has reached somewhere in front of you, and we understand that you usually sit there, of course, right? But it's just common sense. There's a person who's sitting there. Find somewhere else to sit. You doesn't have to sit in that place, but due to your entitlement, you think that supposedly the black woman, she's wrong for sitting in that place. And then what the YMCA is doing, they're calling cops on this woman because she's black. I don't understand why any problem is usually solved by a cop, especially something that usually involves a black person, even if it's something that can be solved like easily. And I feel like the management was so poor at the decision making. I don't know what's wrong with these corporate companies that America is having. I don't understand how they treat people. I don't really understand, because that's a first class racism. The fact that this black woman is right because she came before the white woman. The white woman didn't have any power, and there is no place that was written on the chair that this chair belongs to you, or there is no place that was written that this spot belongs to you. And if any person sits there, she is trespassing. It's not a personal property, it's a public space that you pay for to be there because they're paying for the training. And then it happens that she comes earlier as compared to the white woman, and the white woman demands for her to leave the place. That's so diabolical. It doesn't even make sense. So let's watch the video. I'll be back and then I'll be sharing my thoughts. For those watching me for the first time, I'm asking you to please subscribe to the channel, join the membership, and really get to see what I can offer you. For those who are always supporting my channel through Cash App, through Super Thanks, man, I appreciate the support that you're giving me. And if you wish to buy me a coffee through my Cash App account or any other form, maybe supporting me by subscribing, liking, sharing, I'd honestly appreciate the support that you're giving the channel. But until then, let's watch the video. I'll be back and then I'll be sharing my thoughts in regards to this. So let's watch the video.
You may want to cancel your YMCA membership after hearing what happened to a 72-year-old black woman in Virginia. And the story might sound eerily familiar. Her name is Maria Spooner, a grandmother and longtime YMCA member. She walked into her fitness class in South Boston, Virginia, and sat down like anyone else would, and was ready to exercise. And first and foremost, before we even get there, this class is open seating. Anyone can sit anywhere in this room that they like. Then a white woman walked in and wanted the very seat that Mrs. Spooner was already sitting in. Instead of telling the other woman to sit in another place, YMCA staff told Mrs. Spooner to move. She refused? Because why should she? She was there first. Here's what makes this incident even worse. The woman who wanted the seat didn't speak to her politely. She was cussing, sticking out her tongue, flipping Mrs. Spooner off, and acting childish and downright disrespectful. Meanwhile, Mrs. Spooner stayed calm, dignified, and firm. She live streamed the whole ordeal to her Facebook page so people could see it for themselves. And if all this sounds wildly familiar, it should. We all grew up learning about Rosa Parks, who refused to give up her seat on a bus in 1955. That act of courage helped spark the civil rights movement. But here we are in 2025, and another black woman, 72 years old, is being told to give up her seat. Not on a bus this time, but in a gym class. And when she stood her ground, the staff didn't stand with her. They called the police. Multiple police officers showed up and escorted her out, while the disruptive behavior of the other woman was completely ignored. Mrs. Spooner's family and her community have posted outside the YMCA demanding accountability. The YMCA admitted they fell short of their values, but that's not accountability. That's PR. And I'm known for saying history doesn't repeat itself, but it often rhymes. This may have just blown that statement out of the water. From Rosa Parks in 1955 to Mrs. Spooner in 2025, Black women are still being called to give up their seats, still being treated as if they are the problem. The only difference? Now they can live stream their injustice in real time. The question is, what are we going to do about it? Let me know your thoughts and whether or not you'll be keeping that YMCA membership. I will link the interaction right down here so you can go and check it out for yourself. And until next time, free Congo, free Sudan, and free Palestine.
This is how I know that the YMCA chair incident with the black woman and the white woman was fueled by racism, because as the cops continued to come into the class to trespass this black woman who has a membership to the studio, the fucking instructor continued to instruct the class. The class went on as this altercation happened. And as a group fitness instructor who's coached over 1,300 classes, when there is an actual emergency, you stop class. I've had to stop class twice in my career. Once was for a medical emergency. We had to stop class. And the second was from the ceiling in my studio caving in from a water leak. And we had to stop class. And these were actual emergencies that I stopped the class. And if the police were coming into my class, I would stop it. But that's not what the issue was. There was no medical emergency. There was no violent acts. Besides that fucking old white bitch acting like a teenager, acting like a child to this black woman. And it really is just disgusting, because the staff themselves said the only reserved seat goes to the instructor. Therefore, there should not be arguments over seats. And that is just how I know the whole incident, the whole conflict was fueled by racism.
As someone who has been a fitness instructor for 9 years and had the same situation occur in one of my classes, the YMCA handled that situation terribly. I'm going to tag the video below in case you haven't seen it yet, but very long video short, or the gist of what happened at the YMCA was that this was a fitness class. It is open seating, public seating. There are no reserved seating. A black lady comes in first, gets a spot. A white lady who has been coming to the same class gets into the class afterwards and is insisting that the black woman moves to a different seat because the white woman wants that seat. The instructor, several people from the YMCA, several of their staff members are badgering the black woman to just give up her seat for this white woman. I didn't see the end of the video. However, people who are aware of what happened said that at the end, the police were called and the black woman was escorted out of the YMCA. I understand the YMCA has public seating, open seating. They absolutely should have honored that. The situation that occurred at the studio that I taught at was this woman, a white woman, had been coming to the studio for 6-7 years. She had been biking, booking the same bike. Her and her friends, they had their little gang. They would all sit next to each other. She was not able to book the bike that she typically booked because somebody else booked that bike. So she came into the studio thinking that it wasn't a big deal, that she could move that person off of the bike and encourage them to move. Well, the girl who booked her bike, who booked the white lady's bike, we'll call her Sue. The black girl who booked Sue's bike did not want to give up the bike. She said that she booked this bike. She paid for the bike. She wants the bike. Sue tried to wrangle everybody else in the class on her side. Like, it's not that big of a deal. You can move to the bike behind you. You can move to the other bike. And she was looking to me to tell this girl to move off of the bike because she took classes with me regularly. And I knew that she sat there. Everybody knew her as a regular. Now, because this girl booked her bike, she had the right to be on that bike. She booked it. She did not have to move. And that's what I told Sue. I was like, Sue, you can grab another bike. This is her bike. She booked it. It is what it is. She doesn't want to move. We need to start class. Now, like I said, the situation that happened in my class at my studio differed from the YMCA because the studio that I was teaching at, and nearly every single studio I've taught at, they have assigned seatings. You can book your bike before class. Some people don't care. They will come in before class starts, grab a bike, and call it a day. They don't care. Some people, however, book the same bike. They want their bike and they will book as soon as the website opens and allows you to book their bike. The YMCA, though, was wrong for that. Allegedly, this woman is going to sue, and I hope she wins because it is open seating. If it is an open seating policy, if it is first come, first serve, you cannot bully somebody out of their seat. They got there first. You can ask them if they want to move. And if they don't want to move, tough luck. Either get there earlier next time or find a different seat. But if you are a fitness instructor and you've ever been in this situation or you ever find yourself in this situation, first come, first serve, especially if it's open seating. Now, if it's somebody who booked the bike, that person has two options. Either the person who booked the bike first, who has the bike, they can give it away. And if they don't want to give it away, the other person just has to find a different bike. As for Sue, she walked out of the class. She was very upset. This girl would not give up her bike. And she was mad at me that I did not force the girl to give up her bike. And she never took another class with me again. So that's how that situation shook out. But the YMCA was absolutely wrong for that. They should not have called the cops on that lady. It was giving Rosa Parks. And if she sues, I hope she gets every penny because that was wrong of them.
It's not that serious. She should have just moved her seat. it's clear to me that some of y'all never knew your black grandmother from the South, or your northern black grandma whose family and roots stem from the South, like most of us does. Because that woman looked like she's probably in her 80s, maybe, I'm guessing. And I could probably put money on it that she has had a lived experience, personal experience with Jim Crow and having to move for somebody Caucasian. She didn't have a choice. Legally, by law, she had to get her ass up and move. And now in the year 2025, she ain't gotta go no fucking where. And off of principle, off GP, I'm proud of her for sitting in that damn seat. And I hope the wrath of whatever is coming down on that YMCA, them instructors, and every last person that was in that video trying to force that woman to move. I ain't going nowhere, because why I got to move? This is not the 1950s or the 1960s, and this is not Jim Crow era no more. Why would she have to move? Yeah, it's just a seat. It ain't no assigned seats. I got here first. So why would I have to move my black ass out this seat? Because this white lady who been coming here for so long, and this is her seat. Y'all just said it ain't no assigned seats. And I got here first and sat my ass down. She need to go sit somewhere else. Why are y'all talking to me? Tell her to go to this other seat. Is her name on the building? Is the gym named after her family because she didn't donate? Like, what is the reason that I gotta move when there's no assigned seats? I got here first and sat my ass down. She came in after me, but she liked this seat because she's been sitting here for so long. Yeah, but you just said there's no assigned seats. Tell her to go sit somewhere else. Y'all done called the police on this lady, got her escorted out and trespassed where she can't come back no more. Discrimination. Sue. Sue them. Sue them. That just made me so mad. What's wrong with y'all? You don't see why she ain't moved? Bitch, I wouldn't have moved either. Oh, I can't sit in the seat that I picked? And I was here first? The class won't start without me? Well, bitch, the class won't start.
The YMCA debate between that older black lady and older white lady was completely about principle. The black lady, in hindsight, realistically, hell yeah, she could have moved. But I got here first, and y'all all keep telling me there's no assigned seating. So if there's no assigned seating, what's the difference between a white lady going on the left side of me or the right side of me? I cannot believe the caucasity of these people. The white people over here in her face cussing. They over here sticking out the middle finger like this and then sticking their tongue out. If she would have didn't even answer that, they would have been had that lady escorted out. It became about race when they started sending in black people to try to reconcile with me, because I guess they felt like the lady was going to feel like, let me see somebody that looks like me so they can tell me to move. Then when she kept calling them out on it, they kept saying there's nothing about race. It became more about race when you said she was going to call the police. I'm not being irate. I was so damn happy she kept her composure because they really could not call her angry or aggressive. And then my favorite part is when she checked her husband, because her husband came to try to reconcile too. He said, baby, you got to go home with me. This is a principle thing. This is like, you stay out of it. People might not understand, but the situation, yes, it was small, but the principle would be way bigger. If you think about it, the same principles that our ancestors stood on got us the same type of small liberties that we have now. Because if we didn't do that back then, we wouldn't even, if you stand for nothing, you will fall for anything. And let this be a lesson to everybody else. You don't have to be aggressive to get your point across. She literally kept her composure, so they could not call her anything else but a black woman that wants to be complicated. But whole time it's not that.
I absolutely love the black woman who stood her ground at the YMCA, the racist YMCA. She stood her ground and she was flawless when she did it. They tried to say that she was flustered. You know how they try to put the angry black woman? She wasn't flustered. She held her ground. She was calm. She was emotionally intelligent. I can see that she was really offended, but she held her ground, and I'm absolutely proud. She stood on business. She stood on business. And when it came time for her to leave, she said, okay, honey, get my bags. Her husband stood there. He had her back, but he didn't say a word. He let her do her thing. And what really, really flustered me was the black people and how all of the white people ganged up on her. And she still didn't break. They all ganged up on her. Then the lady started the class, and everybody was allowed in the class but her. And then the old white woman, just miserable, just full of hate. She licking her tongue, she giving her the finger. Woman looked like she about 1,000 years old, and that's how she behaved. Nobody tried to comfort. It was definitely racist. Nobody tried to comfort her. Nobody was on her side. Everybody ganged up on her. Then they had a black people come in, the house. Man, you guys, I'm so proud of that woman. If we're going to make anybody famous, let's make her famous. I am so proud. I couldn't be prouder that queen stood on business. And let's blow this up, you guys. Don't make this the end of it. Post it, share it, comment, repost the video. I'm gonna put the video in my repost. You repost it, send it to your friends, blow it up. Blow it up, because YMCA, what? Totally outrageous. And so if you haven't heard the story, what it boils down to is a black lady came to work out at a fitness class at the YMCA. She got there early. A white woman, I guess she had been sitting in that seat for a long time, and she didn't get there in time. The black woman got there, and she got to the seat first. So the white woman told her to move. So everybody else agreed with the white woman and told this black lady that she should move so the white lady should sit, so the white lady could sit there. And the black woman said, no, not today. No, not today. We're not doing this today. I stand with her. She did the absolute right thing. And to the people in the comments talking about she could have just moved, no, she couldn't have. It's principle. It's principalities. What you talking about?
Please tell me y'all have seen the video of the elderly black woman at the Boston YMCA. If you haven't had the opportunity to see the video yet, the gist of the video is there's a black elderly woman at her local YMCA. It looks like they're in the process of having a elderly type of workout class. And she's in the class, she's sitting in a chair, and the video starts with the worker, one of the class instructor, a white woman class instructor, telling her that she needs to move and it's a safety issue. They cannot start the class until she moves, because to her right, there is another woman that is literally pretty much sitting in her lap, has her chair side by side, they're shoulder to shoulder. And the instructor is saying that it is not safe for them to conduct the class with both of them so close together. So the ask is that the black elderly woman moves to another position within the classroom. Now, this is where the problem lies, because the black elderly woman is saying, I was here first. I've been in class first. I positioned my chair here first. And this woman came after me and basically set her chair right next to me, shoulder to shoulder. So if anyone needs to move, it needs to be her. The instructor at no point in this back and forth with the elderly black woman, not one time did she instruct or ask the white elderly woman to move. The entire time of this recording, which the recording was super long, but the entire time of this recording, her only focus was getting the black woman to move. And the black woman, she stood firm in her position. I am not moving. I was here first. At this point, this is about principle. If I can easily move, then why can't she move? And I'm with grandma. I am with her 10 toes down, 100%, that she did not need to move. And I would have stood on principle just like her. I would have did exactly what she did, because if it's understood that this woman was here first, they made it clear no one has any assigned seating whatsoever. There is no reserved positions within this class. If she was rightfully there first, why are you guys asking for her to move and not the woman that came and put her chair literally on her lap? Why can't she not be asked to move? At no point in this entire interaction was the white woman asked to move. And let's not get on this white woman's behavior in this video. She was flipping the black lady off, trying to be funny and putting her finger like this on her face, flipping her off, licking her tongue out at her, just antagonizing the black woman throughout the entire video. The instructor brings in another employee, the black guy, and he just pissed me off to a whole nother fucking degree, because he gonna tell her to refer to the white lady as ma'am. Man, you done lost your goddamn mind. Like, this whole interaction really pissed me off because it was so unnecessary. And I agree. If I was grandma, I would have moved the same way. Y'all, I have reposted the video. Go and watch some of the clips. It is super long. I think the original video is on Facebook, because grandma, she went live on Facebook. She was not playing. Grandma was not playing when she recorded this video. She knew how to use that goddamn phone. She is out there protesting in front of the YMCA, and I stand 100% with her because this is about principle. And why is it that the white woman was never asked to move? Girl, y'all, they called the police on the lady. They ultimately called the police on her, and she got escorted out of the YMCA because she would not move her seat when she was there first. Y'all watch the video, come back, and let's talk about it.
So the white woman starts the trouble by requesting that this lady move, to which she says, no, I was here first, I got the seat first, this is my seat. They call the cops on this lady. What has she done wrong? What has she done wrong? She got to the class early, she claimed her seat, end of it, until Karen walks in that decides she wants the seat. That's not even the worst of it. You know, that's not even the worst of it. What the worst of it is, like white people do, is they'll use us, black people, to get their point across. So the brother comes in, and he's disrespecting this woman, telling her, no, we asked you to move, and now you're interrupting the class. She didn't interrupt the class. Now you're interrupting the class, and now we're going to ask you to leave altogether. Now, the white woman that started this and caused them to call the cops, and now the cops are in this woman's face, she's nowhere to be found. And feeling justified in her whiteness and Karenness, that she was able to get the cops called in on this woman who took her seat. Her seat. It was the woman's seat, the black woman. White woman just decided she wanted that seat. And then they call the slave patrol. As usual. As usual, they call the slave patrol. Shame on you, black men. Shame on you, black men. You did that to your mother. You did that to your aunt, to your grandmother. Shame on you. I would have never participated in that, even if it meant I was going to lose my job, because that woman did nothing wrong. And Karen's disappeared. She's not even part of the whole scene now, and she initiated it. This is the shit. This is the shit. This is the shit that further builds a chasm between us and you. Because y'all do this shit and y'all call the slave patrol when you don't get your way. So sick of it. So sick of it. And it just... You know, she left her house to go participate in an exercise class, it looked like, for seniors. Never imagining that she would encounter the cops in her ripe old age. Never imagined that that could have turned into something very serious. They don't care about how old you are, how frail you are. Once they see black, that's it. Beat, subdue, control. And you white people, y'all start this shit, particularly you women, y'all start this shit all the time and walk away scot-free. Meanwhile, this woman is embarrassed and has to leave because she wouldn't give up her seat.
Hello, brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen. How are you doing? I'm hoping that you're doing great. That was really hard to watch, and it pained me that this is an old woman. Why will they treat her like that? Calling a police to an old woman, so diabolical. I don't understand problem-solving measures that these corporates do have. Did they skip that class, honestly? Because I feel like, first, two things are wrong. The black woman was there initially. That's the first thing. The second thing, why should they call police on the woman and also tell her that she's going to be arrested when she refused to leave the place? It's like initially she was doing something wrong, of which in reality she wasn't doing something wrong. And the woman did the great part in standing in business. And man, I can't really applaud this black woman enough for what she did, because what she did was so phenomenal. She first recorded the incident to prove that everything that she's saying, she's not just saying them out of thin air. And she made sure that everyone understood that something is wrong in that place, and she was rightfully the person who was supposed to be sitting in that chair that same time. But these people denied her. These people denied her the spot, and this is a reflection of what black people go through on a daily basis. Do you want to talk about white privilege? Yes, still applicable in the same case. Then, if it's not white privilege and white entitlement, then that's what? Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Let's call a spade a spade. And that's what we're doing, right? Because if she wasn't white, at least I believe that there could be an amicable way of solving this problem. But since she is white, oh, by default, she is right. Oh, let's call the police to arrest this black woman because she's in the wrong. To show that these people doesn't care, they continued with what was happening there without even caring about their clients. How are they going to be solving this problem? I'm seeing black people and also white people who doesn't agree with this madness calling out the YMCA for what they did, and maybe they're going to be boycotting the YMCA. So I really don't understand why will people behave in that way, because honestly, these women deserve to be in that place. It doesn't make sense. And as I said, this is just a glimpse of what black people, black women, black men, even in schools, in public spaces. Some people don't want to sit with black people. In plane, when they're boarding planes, they don't want to sit with black people. All these things have been happening. How many times do they have to happen to prove to you that these things are always happening? And it doesn't make sense. Really doesn't make sense. The place was full of adults. Maybe I saw some kids on the other section. But where this event was happening, these were adults, people above 50 years. While in these spaces, they were doing exercises. You can't tell me that all these ads can see that something is wrong. Let's stop what you're doing and find a solution to this problem. What about the person that was sitting next to this black woman? Why didn't she defend her and really say that she was here before this white woman? This shows you the craziness and how people can all sometimes be evil, right? And these are the places that we live. This is the society that we live. What black people are enduring. It's called white privilege. It's called white entitlement. They are entitled to everything. They are the default being. They're just all over everything, all over everyone. They're the currents. They don't want to see black people having good time. They're always thinking that black people are always in the wrong place. Same as what this woman tried to do. So really, this all craziness doesn't make sense at all when we try to talk about these issues. And so let me know what you think about this video, honestly. It was really a hard one. It was heartbreaking watching this woman had to record and had to go through all this. But at the end of the day, it's worth it because the world saw it. The moment she posted it on her Facebook when she was live, that she made the right decision because that was the right thing to do. And that shows you the importance of recording your activities, especially when you are in the United States, because you never know when a Karen will come to you. And that was her day when a Karen came to her. So please let me know what you think about this video. I didn't have a lot to say about this. I just wanted to share this craziness so that I can get to hear your opinion in regards to this. So please let me know what you think about this video. Until then, let me see you in my next video. Peace, love, and harmony. Salute.